Hi, I'm Bob Berg. I'd like to show you our hafting resin. This is one of the exciting new products from Thunderbird Atlatl. It's glue, basically. It's made from things like pine resin. We use a little bit of beeswax in it, and there's several other ingredients which I don't tell anybody what they are, but they're all natural and they're all things that you can get kind of around the house. I figured out how to make it work really well. It's really strong. It's almost epoxy strong, and it's very, very easy to use. It comes in these little packages. There's 2 little cubes in each package. There's about 20 grams of glue in each of the 2 cubes, so they add up to about 40 grams altogether. And it melts at about 180 degrees. I'm gonna cheat a little bit, and I'm gonna heat this stuff up so it's a little bit warmer. I want to get this going. So when you use this glue, you need water to wet your hands to use as a glue resist. If you touch it with your dry skin, it'll stick to you. And I also like to have an applicating stick. It can be anything. I just broke a stick off that tree over there. And anyway, what I'd like to do is put I'm going to put this handle on a knife blade. I chose one here earlier. Here's a flint blade that I made a few days ago. It fits in this handle nicely, but I kind of want to make it permanent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue it with our hafting resin. I'm going to dip the handle in the glue over here. Okay, so I have a generous amount of glue on there. I'll let it kind of drizzle down. I'll take my little applicator stick and make sure I have some applied on the inside of the stick. See the little V there. So I'm keeping the handle warm down here by the fire, and I'm dipping the glue on the back end of my knife blade, my flint knife blade, okay? And then I simply slide them together like that. And I'm going to use this applicator stick, and I dip a little bit of glue on there, let the drips fall in the pot, and I'm going to just sort of weld that point onto the stick. Just that little drip at a time. I guess it's called a fillet when you fill the space between the blade and the handle. If you screw up, you can heat it and take it off and start all over again. No problem, no stress. Get it on there. So this part here is kind of interesting. I'm going to wet my hands with this little pot of water here. And I'm going to just tool this as if it's putty. Squeeze it. Shape it the way I want it. Move it around a little bit. My hands have a little bit of water on them, and I'm going to just form the glue. It's in a plastic stage right now. It's not liquid, but it's not solid yet either, and you can move it around and you can shape it and get it just like you want it. You can bend at this point you can bend the knife blade back and forth to get it to where you want it so it's nice and straight. This stuff hardens up to almost epoxy hard. It'll be on there really tightly when I'm done. There's no cordage at all used in this joint. And the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the butt end of it. And the reason I do that, usually, is so that you have a little bit of extra glue around in case you need to make a repair in the field. You can scrape that glue off and use it. I'll put it on a couple times, so let it cool down in the water. Get the drips off it. It also gives it a little bit of decoration. It makes it look good. And so there's my blade almost finished. This is a little bit rough here. I don't like how lumpy that is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to heat it in the fire. Just heat it a little bit in the fire. Nice and gently. I'm going to wet my finger and move a little bit of the glue around. You could never do this with epoxy. You wouldn't want to stick your finger into your work with epoxy because it's poison. This stuff here, you could probably take a little bit of it and stick it in your mouth and chew it like gum if you wanted to. There we have it. A couple things glued with Thunderbird Atlatl's Hafting resin.